Yeah, so it'll be something like that. I mean, these are like my renders. Sound like, I don't know, it's really hard to tell with the screen.
Yeah, the color. Yeah, it looks different. I think it's gonna be more. Oh, well, you're going with the yellow golds, right? You're not going with those kind of golds.
It should be brighter than this.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you put that as a stitching, it kind of gets muted.
I would go
so
for
it has to be brighter.
118 or 891.
I feel like 891 is good if you look at it from right above.
Because this one looks bright yellow if you're going with the bright yellow, but if you want it to look more like a beige, those two.
And I have to match it with the graphics too. I have to make sure the vinyl has to
that's the part. Like if you want the graphics to look bright yellow, then because if you're trying to make it stand out, I would go for this. If you want to make it look more subtle, I would go for that because that one's not as bright. Not bright, but like the yellow tone.
Yeah, stand it out then.
This one has more yellow. And then the seat, we're gonna put the gel, but I remember how we do these. We shave them down more, and then we make them round. Oh shit.
Damn, you saw that reflex?
And then I moved this back, I remember 2 inches. I found the pattern.
Yeah, he is a little bit tall, and then but his kids right on it, so we gotta have enough space for them too. But if you want to leave it at that scoop, or you want to bring it back that scoop,
maybe like an inch.
Yeah.
Yeah, round
that would definitely help him.
Have we selected the material yet?
No. No, this one's pretty grippy right here. This one.
I can order those 2 threads, and then you guys can check them out.
Okay. Oh, actually, it's here. These ones, right?
Yeah.
I'd be sick if you could do your new style, your new technique with the.
I could try to laser it.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah, if you have any ideas, you know.
Because I did laser a seat. I don't know if you saw you follow my dad on AG?
Yeah.
He posted the seat, and we did vinyl the other day. The only thing is that I had to burn it kind of hot, but it looked good. Like, damn, my dad got hella followers. What the like, see, that's how it came out on the other one. The only thing is I don't know how it come out on black. If the backing on that is white, it might make it white. I have to kind of run a sample.
Yeah, just give it a try. If it looks good, then do it. If not,
I have pieces there that I could use. I just don't have any big enough pieces for this. Which one's that one?
No, just to get the reference of the stitching.
Oh yeah.
For the colors. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then
what are we doing?
We're playing with colors.
Playing with colors.
Crayons.
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 Yeah. These are our crayons.
What is this? You would imagine someone that builds bikes all day would drive a
What happened?
gas car. What is this electric thing, dude?
So I used to daily drive a Tundra, V8, second generation, with 35s, lift and all that, and it was costing $150 in gas a week, so I got tired of it. And I just bought this Tesla, a used one, and it's been really, really good. I don't even have to worry about oil change. I don't have to worry about driving because autopilot's been doing pretty good. I haven't used FSD yet, full self-driving. I haven't been to a gas station for a long time. You need to put on your seatbelt.
Seatbelts? Who needs seatbelts, man?
You want to meet the dash? This beautiful Friday, we're gonna go and pick up powder coat.
Yeah.
For the project, so
it's technically, I don't know when the video is gonna be up, but it's technically winter right now. And look,
you know what we're wearing is like long sleeve because in the morning it's cold. It's cold as. But
yeah,
noontime it's hot. We're actually gonna take off a couple of layers.
Kevin's working me like a dog.
We're not even working.
Yeah,
Tell me, does this feel like work?
No. It's definitely not corporate.
Don't say it just because I'm asking. Oh, I like how you did the hook on here.
Oh, to remove those things. That's how I usually hang it. I don't like leaving hook marks on the...
This is a nice color. I like it.
I mixed both of them.
Oh, you did? Oh, yeah. Nice.
I put them on one bag and I went like that, back and forth, back and forth.
So there's a custom color, man.
Yep, no one's gonna have it.
Looks good. I'm really happy.
Dude, guess what? When it was on the rack, forgot to push record.
So we got all the powder coating stuff done. So thanks to Alfonso and Charles and their team at IPC. So now we can wrap up the project and move forward.
And you guys can see the video, finally.
Yeah, I'm only working on that. So, I mean, if you want to pull up, I'll be here. But yeah, just let me know.
Let me go get my car and I'll head over to you. I was literally getting ready to shoot some B-roll for Moto Compacto, and the next thing I got drawn into this.
That's why for me, my days are crazy, and why I stay late at work is because during the day, something like this would happen and I have to take off, abort all my plans, and take care of other things. Yeah, so that's welcome to my life, man.
Hey, you know what? I'm here for it.
Yeah, the good thing is at least we got all the powder coated stuff back. So we don't have to worry about any delays, because I was worried that something was going to happen with the color not coming out correctly, or if there's shortage of powder. The reason why he has enough, we actually have 2 bags of same shade but different texture. So he mixed it all together and it came out super good.
Yeah, when I saw it, I was like, dang.
Yeah, so it's a custom mix.
Yeah.
It actually worked out pretty good.
Yeah.
Before that, when I dropped off the powder, I mentioned to him, hey, just keep all the engine parts one color and the other one the other. And then he was just like, well, will it match? I was like, it's pretty close, because I did a burn test on it. And when we held it together, it's only one of them just have a little bit of black specks on them. So I'm like, oh, can we mix it? He goes, I can try, and he mixed it.
So you supply the powder?
Because our powder coater can't have all the color.
Got it.
And if there is custom color, they could order it for us. But if we already have it, to save them time, especially for this project, we needed it done at a certain time. If it's like standardized color, like black, white, and stuff, they have it. We don't have to do anything. But this is a color that we want, and we don't want any mixed communication on color tone and all that. So
I think that's something that I love about this company. You guys are so fucking detailed with these designs.
Sometimes I always question it, like, do we need to be this detailed? Because it takes more time and effort, but but the outcome is worth it. We don't even think about it after the project is done and we see the whole picture, or the complete bike, and we're like, damn, it was worth that back and forth driving or waiting or spending extra money on rushing thing or getting it overnight.
Like, you guys built some sick bikes. Like, I see some of them, I'm like, dude, it doesn't even, like, it looks like the bike, but it doesn't look like the bike. Because as a newbie, like, I don't recognize, you know, original ruckus frame or whatever, you know. So when I see it, I'm like, dang, I don't even know what it is, but it's cool.
Yeah, keeping the original line and not steer too far away from the original designer, because they know more than us.
Yeah, dude, I'm tired.
Already? Man, it's only 2:15.
Dude,
I need a Red Bull.
Oh, I think I'm gonna chug a Red Bull before I go over there.
You hear that, Aaron Colton? We need some more Red Bull. Actually, I don't drink Red Bull. I just like to function on water and tea.
He's just high off of work all day.
It just don't feel like work.
Just got back to my car. I'm gonna head over to Rogelios right now. It's in Baldwin Park. 8 minutes. Cool. So they're like literally down the street. Yo, what's up?
Yo, what's up?
I heard you're gonna be working on the chair, man.
Yeah, today we're gonna get it done today. This is my grandpa and my dad right there.
What's up, guys?
We got the raw material right here. Yeah, so these are our patterns. We just tape it up, draw whatever line we want, and then we can change the stitching or add whatever we want after that. So right now, you know, we just start cutting at every edge. Once we peel this off, we could put it on the vinyl, and that's going to be our pattern for the vinyl. Now we got to do the bottom one. I wanted to add another stitch going across the bottom. The original one doesn't come like this. I think it's just like solid, you know, but you can add, I try to do them on all the hard lines. See on this edge? These are like good places to put lines on because it changes the shade of the vinyl. A lot of people like to use vinyl, but I convert those over to patterns, so if someone ever likes this seat and they have the exact same seat, we can make it for them again. I switch over to the chalk because the first time I used this vinyl, because it's a marine vinyl, I did the gray and I up the cover because the pen marks didn't want to come off of it. I just don't like the chalk because it makes a mess. Now I gotta see to make sure it's not gonna go towards the edges. So you can find the center there, but sometimes you want to center it in the middle of the lines, and other days you want to center it on the actual stitch itself. So we'll save that for later. And then we got to put a foam backing on this. So when we add the stitches, the foam compresses the foam and it makes it look, it gives it that texture to it. You know, if we were to just put the stitches on here, it'd just be flat. So we want to try and give it some dimensions or depth.
Some depth.
Some depth.
Some cushioning.
I don't know the terminology to a lot of this stuff. I just do it. I have to run the stitches before I put the pattern on it. So when I stitch this, it starts shrinking. You know. So if I were to like to trace the pattern first, and then stitch the lines, those lines will shrink it from the opposite direction of where I put the stitches. So we gotta run the stitches first and then I'll line this over. And then that'll be my pattern and then I cut it out. First one. Just gonna go like that, another 13 times. And now we measure it, I cut it at 26, now it's at 25 3/8. So it shrunk like a whole 3/4 of an inch. And then we just trace our template. And then these are our reference points, so when we're stitching, we gotta stitch this piece to the other piece. That's why I do all these little tack marks. And pull this out. Instead of trying to cut them with the scissors, I just use these a little bit quicker. So all I'm doing is I'm making sure, because like, if our pattern on this side is separate, I want to make sure these tack marks line up in the same place. Now I just have to give it my allowance. And I just eyeball it. So that's going to be the insert piece that's going to go in the middle of that seat. Now we just go around, add our tack marks. There you go. So now we get the seat. We line up this piece to the center there. You know, a lot of times, like other people, they don't want to waste a lot of material because it does take up a lot of material and it has to connect exactly there. So for example, if I were to cut it here, I have to flip this and, you know, it wastes all that material. A lot of shops, they'll just put a seam there, but we don't do that here. We waste the material. Hapa, who's the best at wasting material here at the shop? That's right. I don't cheap out. I want it to look smooth. Because the difference is you'll see a seam, you know, you'll see the little slice.
You waste more because he more shit up.
And more shit up too. So let's put this here. And we go there. We gotta leave the edge long here for the back side. Okay, right there in the middle. Cut it here. We're doing the same thing, it's just that I don't want to flip the tape over. I do it a little bit faster this way. And we just fold it over in half. Okay. We already have the seam allowance on this, so we don't have to try to guess. Good. Just copy these over. Here. See, we f***ed it up. They were just talking about that. You guys jinxed me. Hold up. Let me cut this real quick again. So I was saying earlier that I need a template anyways. So I end up keeping all these patterns. So if like someone ever likes it on their Instagram or something, you know, we'll remake the C and they'll get the exact same thing. Yeah, I was like, why does this thing look a little crooked? That's a whole half an inch. I saw a video that you guys made the other day. That shit was hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Moto Compacto.
Yeah.
I was cracking up. I know I'm busy with a lot of stuff. Like right now, Friday, for example, I'm already done for like the week. You know? So I saw the seats there and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna work on these today. See, now we have a template for this piece. Now I just gotta get them for the other couple pieces, you know? Okay. So there's the bottom piece. Wraps around there. But these are the ones that take up the most material. But like I said, like I could cut it there and, you know, put a line, but we're not gonna put a line today. Hey, for real, Kevin, I need a steady garage here, bro. I never had one.
Oh, dude.
I
Yeah.
have an OG steady garage hats. I have like 2 of them.
Oh yeah, he's given me hats too before, but I give them to him because you can see I like the dad hats. You see why I waste so much material? It's like nothing fits here, you know?
Yeah.
Well, maybe on this seat, the insert on this seat will fit here, but it wastes like it's just a weird shape. I like doing it this way. That makes your seats look better.
Yeah. Así. No, yo lo hago todo ancho.
That's the one, and we got one more pattern. And honestly, this one goes up in the front, so you need it to go with the stretch of the material this way.
Got
If
it.
you cut it the other way, it's not gonna work. You see how it doesn't stretch?
Yeah.
Because you don't cut these this way. These go over the head of the bike, so I like to cut them a little bit smaller so when you fit them, they stretch and they take the wrinkles out. If you ever look at a bike seat and you look at the front here, I bet you 100% of the time when people make them, they just cut it however, you know, the same material, but you'll get a wrinkle here because it's not stretching.
Oh, so like
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, like on the edges and in here, you know, I like it to look flat. But then again, you waste more material. Typically, you don't see this either way, but still.
Si le tratas de greñar aquí.
This doesn't have to be perfect. We're gonna cut it off later, anyways. Yeah, so basically this is our insert piece. This one's gonna go there. This one's gonna go here. This one's the one that's gonna go all the way around to the bottom. And then this one's gonna close it off in the front. That's basically how we do every seat. Gel's gonna see in here. I don't want the gel edge to line up with the, because then you're gonna have problems with the stitch.
La ploga, tú dices?
I want like a 1/4 inch inside.
No, pero como era más fácil comprar luces que tratar de tapar.
It's getting a template, so see how big of a piece I can put in that insert.
Sí. Sí, no he conocido yo el otro. Y el otro güey ni cuenta, ¿verdad?
Cut this out. I have to grind the foam. This is my grinding, but you know, to try to get in that little corner, you know, it's kind of a, so I'm gonna just add the same radius as my tool, so that way when I grind it, it's a little bit easier to, that little corner is not gonna make a difference anyway. So that way when we grind the bottom of this whole flat, we just put our grinder in there and it'll get everything. This is the thickness of the gel. I want to cut a little bit more, so I'm gonna tape up the blade. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody do this, but it's more like, so you see how deep it goes there?
Yeah.
That's the same thickness as the foam, but now we.
Can you show me again?
Yes. Dirty, bro.
Yeah.
They're dirty. Oh, I cut my fingers. Hold up. They come off in little squares. I've never seen anybody do that. I don't know. I used to put gels in like a bunch of Kevin's seats.
Yeah.
So I wanted to figure out what the best way to do, because before I used to just grind it until like, you know.
Yeah.
But it takes forever and it's not always perfect. But this is close enough, you know.
Yeah.
And then I just go back and hit it with the grinder.
It's kind of like when you're trying to cube up a mango.
Yeah, same thing.
It's probably where you got the idea, huh?
Yeah, I was eating a mango while I was doing this shit, and I was like, it should be the same thickness or close. See? We fill it up with foam afterwards, because you're never gonna get it perfect unless you like really take your time. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna spend 2 or 3 hours doing this, you know. And then the little slits help it too. I mean, you can like cut it little by little, but I feel like doing the squares it makes like a little nipple, and it doesn't let you peel the whole chunk out. Because if I were to pull it out here, like it could take like this whole chunk off. But it gives it like an area for it to split. That's it. Close enough. There's still a little gap, but before I put the cover on, I'll fill this in with like another thin layer of foam, so that way you get a little bit more cushion. It always has to sink in a little bit, you know? Yeah, so right now we just glued this in here. Shave the bottom off real quick in the back. And just sprayed a little bit of glue, glued it in here, but now there's a step. We're gonna glue this in here to fill in all the the little gap that we left. This is our Lamborghini. Digital Juki sewing machine. But you know, we could customize the stitch length, we can make it go different colors, I can make it do different patterns. But this is the one we use to kind of close everything off. It works the best and the cleanest, so you'll see right now. Those little tack marks that we did, as I'm stitching them, I gotta adjust it because the material stretches differently. This is where you can't fuck up.
And then you have to redo the whole process again, right?
No, you gotta. It depends how you fuck up. You might have to do the whole seat.
Even if you do an extra pin size hole,
You're gonna see it on the vinyl.
so you gotta unstitch the whole thing and make that piece over.
On this machine, it's easier though because it's a newer machine, so it stops every time I can do one click.
Other machines, they'll end up on top or on the side, and if you move the material, everything can shift.
So I tell Kevin, we got the straightest stitching seats out there. If you ever want to pay attention to how good of an upholstery guy is, look at the stitching and make sure it's the same size from the edge.
Where a lot of them stuff is like in the curves.
Yeah.
You'll see they didn't fix the curve right. You'll have a wrinkle right at the curve.
I'm gonna do the other one on the other side. Do you see? See how the gap's the same all the way around? The cool thing too is you can control the stitch. You know, a lot of machines don't do that. It makes your life easier.
I used to do all the Kevin seats back in the day.
Oh really?
That's when they were better quality.
Dang.
Yeah.
Damn, that's fucking shit.
That dad tough love right there.
Honestly
dude.
though, when I was like 16, 15, I never really stitched, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And my dad's like, I'm tired of doing these little seats. He's like, learn how to stitch and I'll give you the job. And I'm like, whatever. So I kind of like dedicated more time towards stitching. And that's how I got kind of good at stitching. Because everything had to be perfect, you know?
Yeah.
I don't like crooked stuff. I don't like shit looking all ghetto, you know?
Yeah.
So I thank Kevin for these little seats. Taught me how to stitch better, you know?
Dude, you can't get better at anything unless you do it, right?
Yeah. I gotta grind it one more time. I'm gonna do the same thing but with a thinner foam because I gotta fill in all the gap. And like you see how it went in when I was doing the foam and everything? Mm-hmm. It has to be smooth. This is push in, that way it looks more bumpy. So this is just dry fitted on here. All that'll pull off when I start stapling it on there. I usually start off on the edge here, but I gotta make sure it's the same size all the way around. And go on the other side and do the exact same thing. And do the middle. You see the stitch?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same gap from the edge to the edge. And right here it tapers down. So trying to line this up because I'm pulling it once and both lines are changing. So I want to make sure they're the same.
estos dos que no.
Had to loosen up that one a little bit. It was a little bit crooked. It had like a little dip there because I pulled the vinyl too much. I had to let it out, you know.
Ni te va a querer seguir. De que me la vendiera y le robaron el cobre, la electricidad, vuelos enfrente y la casa esa está cuarto y en vez de iba toda la familia y
Ready?
sí, no lo seguí.
All right, so we're finished with the seat. It's ready to go. Right here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll tell Kevin.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah,
All right.
I'll be there later.
See ya.
Yeah, sounds good.
See you guys.